Hello, my name is Imran Aslam. Today I am going to give a demonstration on a horizontal type two-phase separator. First of all, I will explain the installation procedure from the setup file. And later I will explain the main feature of the application. So if you have already downloaded the setup file from my website www.petrosoft.com, then you can simply double click the setup file. The setup installation wizard will be launched on your screen. From the language section, you can select the appropriate language and then press the OK button. It will take you to the license agreement page, where upon selecting the appropriate language, appropriate option, you can press the next button. It will take you to the next information page, where again you can press the next button, and then it will take you to the page where it is showing the location where it is installed on your machine. Again, you can change the location by simply pressing the browse button here. I will just simply keep it as a default location of the C drive. Then press the next button. It will take you to the desktop shortcut page, where it gives you an option to create a desktop shortcut. So it is always good to create a desktop shortcut so that you can launch the application anytime in future from your desktop. Once you select the option, then press the next button. It will take you to the final step of the installation, where upon pressing the install button will simply install the application within few seconds on your machine. Since I already have installed this application on my computer, so I will simply cancel out this installation wizard and go to my desktop, where I have already created a desktop shortcut of this application earlier during the installation. From the desktop shortcut, you can simply double click on the desktop shortcut. The application will be launched on your screen. Here on the application, let's talk about the menu bar option. On the menu bar, and the first option on the left hand side is the file menu tab. Under the file menu tab, you will have further sub menus, the new menu option, the save menu tab, and the exit menu tab. The new menu tab is used to launch the new instance of the application. For example, if I have closed this application, then I can go to the file menu tab. Under the file menu tab, I can press the new menu tab. The new instance of the application will be launched on your screen. The next option is the save menu tab, which can be used to save the result of this application into the PDF file format. The next option is the exit, to close the application. Now the next tab on the menu bar is about menu tab, where you can review the information about the developer and the application. The next tab is the help menu tab. By pressing the help menu tab, the application manual will be launched in the PDF file format on your screen. In the application manual, you can further review the details of each step, including the inputs and the results section in detailed description, with the pictorial representation of each section is given in the manual for your guideline in future. Now I will go back to the main. I will go back to the main application. The next menu tab is a link to my website, where you can further look for more chemical engineering applications. Now let's talk about the main feature of the application. On the very first page, on the separator sizing, the user need to provide the basic or required process variables or the inputs in the required or respective fields. The first section here is the basis of design, where the user can provide the physical properties and the flow rate of physical properties of the gas, and the flow rate and the density and the viscosity of the incoming or the gas for the separator. The next section is the separator internal section, where the user can select or deselect the option of multiple choices. The first option here is the separator has demister pad. So in most cases, the most separators has this demister pad or demister mesh installed in the separator. So here the user can select the option of this demister pad installation in the separator. Once the user select this option, the further two options the type of demister pad sizing is provided. User can select one of the option from the given two options of York demister type and the GPSA demister type. So user can select one of them, and then the user can provide the target particle size in microns to separate out from this demister mesh. Once the user select this demister pad option, then the user can further provide the demister wire size and the mesh void fraction or the gap of this of the mesh in the demister, and the demister thickness also need to be provided once this demister pad option is selected. The next option here is to check for the glycol and the amine solutions. So that also largely governs the sizing of the separator. So in most of the areas where the separators are installed on the downstream of the glycol unit or the amine unit, where the amine or the glycol are likely to come along with the gas, so that also needs to be separated out or takes into account during the sizing of the separator. So again, the option is provided to the user to select or deselect this option appropriately. The next option is the perform the slug calculation option. So if the separator is for example installed at the first equipment on the receiving end or a receiving facility, connected to the incoming longer length of or larger pipes, where the slug of or the large volume of the liquid or the slug flow is likely to be coming towards the separator. So in order to size the separator appropriately to cope up with this incoming slug volume, this option is provided to check for. So if that is the case, the user can select this option appropriately. Once the user select this option, further two input variables need to be provided by the user, which is the upstream pipe size and the upstream pipe length, which is connected to the separator. The next input section is the operating factors or the safety factors, where the user can select one of the option in the given list of the operating factors. The next section is related to the instrumentation factors or the type of instruments or the instrumentation installed on the separator. Again, the user can select from the given three options over here. The next section is the separator service section, where the user need to specify the location or the service of the separator. Again, the different unit operations or equipments are provided in the list, where the user can select from where this separator is likely to be installed or present in the facility. So again, the user can select the appropriate option from the given list of service of this separator. Again, the next section is the next input is the liquid hold up time that is required by the separator between the normal liquid level to the high liquid level, need to be provided by the user. And similarly, the liquid surge time between the normal liquid level and the low liquid level in minutes is to be provided by the user in the appropriate or the respective field over here. The next section deals with the separator configuration. In the separator configuration, the user need to specify the type of heads or the type of ends installed on the separator on both sides. So the heads can be of different types, three main basic types of heads: elliptical head, hemispherical head, or the dish type head. Options are provided to the user to select from. And then the next input is the corrosion allowance, need to be provided by the user, and the material of selection of the separator can be selected from this drop down list in the separator service section. The next input section is the welding configuration section. Again, the type of welding used or the type of weld used in the separator can be selected from this given drop down list, and the radiographic level of radiography can be selected from the given three options by the user in this section of welding configuration. So once all this information is provided and the input sections or the fields are appropriately filled, now the application is ready to run or produce the results by simply pressing the calculate button. Once the user press the calculate button, the calculation will be performed immediately, and the message bar at the bottom will turn into green with the caption OK on it, which means that the calculations have been successfully completed. No error were found during the calculation. If, however, the user has provided any incorrect or inappropriate inputs in one of the field or the input fields, for example, if the user typed in a text value in any input field where the numeric data is supposed to be provided, then by pressing the calculate button will actually stop the calculation, and the error message will be shown with a red background stating that the user need to review the inputs. So the user can go back and change the appropriate input, providing the correct value in the respective field, and again press the calculate button. The calculation will refresh and produce the results again afterward. Now, once the calculation is done, the user can further look into or review the produced or calculated results in the next sections. The first section is a separator condition where the user can calculate or user can find the calculated parameters related to the separator conditions in terms of velocities, hold up volume, and Reynolds number. And the vessel dimension result section gives you the separator size or dimensions in terms of diameter, length of separator, hold up height, and the hold up liquid level in the separator. The next result section is the nozzle sizing. In the nozzle sizing section for the feed inlet, gas outlet, and the liquid outlet nozzles, nozzle sizes are calculated. Also, the nozzle velocities or the fluid velocities within the nozzles are also calculated. Also, the maximum allowable velocities through the nozzles are also calculated based on the provided physical properties of the incoming gas. The next calculated section is the areas, where the separator areas and the vapor space within the separator, the area of the vapor space is calculated. The normal liquid level area is also calculated within the separator. The low liquid level area is also calculated in the separator. The next section is the residence time. Again, the residence time for the liquid phase, vapor phase is calculated. Also, the liquid dropout time is also calculated in the residence time section, result section. The next result section is the checks, where the various checks for the main primary calculated parameters are performed within the calculation, and if there is any error or any limitations issues are found in the calculation, then the message in the check section will be changed accordingly and show the each parameter accordingly, which is found inappropriate or calculated outside the limits. So the first check will be performed on the length of the length of the separator. So the actual length is compared with the minimum required length, and it must be greater than the minimum required length. If it does, then the results will be okay. The vapor space height also is a second primary element or the factor in the calculation. Again, the vapor space, available vapor space or calculated vapor space height is compared with the minimum required height. If it is greater than the minimum required height, then it is okay. Then the L by D ratio is checked within the limits or not within the application calculation. The next check is performed on another important parameter of the liquid dropout time, which should be less than the vapor residence time, which means that the liquid have enough time to separate out from the vapors during the residence time of the vapors within the separator. Moving to the next results tab or the results page, which is the separator profile, where you can where the basic layout of the separator is provided in the picture on the left hand side, and the mechanical design of the separator is calculated and shown in the results section next to it, where the shell thickness, design pressure, surface area, tensile strength, weight of the vessel filled with the water, and also the diverter plate width and the height is calculated and shown in the respective fields in the results section. So the diverter plate is normally installed at the mouth of the inlet nozzle to break the momentum of the incoming gas. So the size of this diverter plate is also calculated. The next result section is the nozzles and dynamic pressure for all the three nozzles are calculated, and similarly the liquid vortex breaker, which is normally installed on the liquid outlet nozzle or on the mouth of the inlet to the liquid draw out nozzle. The basic dimension or the size of this liquid vortex breaker is also calculated based on the provided inputs by the user. The next result section is the slug results, which is again if the user has selected or the option of the slug calculation, then the slug length and the slug volume is calculated accordingly. The next result section is the demister pad efficiency section, where it is calculated if the user has provided the option of demister pad calculation in the input section. So in the demister pad efficiency section, the surface area of the mesh, the separation number, target efficiency, demister efficiency, and the pressure drop of the demister is also calculated. Once you get all these results, review all the results, then you can simply press the print preview button to show the result in the print preview in the print preview window. Here you can look at how the results are printed on the page or on the paper. Total 4 number of pages report is generated in this application for the results and including the results and the inputs. Once user is satisfied with the results and wanted to print the results, he can simply print out these results or save the results into the PDF file format by pressing the print button on the screen here, or the user can simply go to the file menu tab and press the save button. In both the cases, the user can save the results into the PDF file format. As you can see on the screen, the PDF file of the result is generated and display on the screen. So the total 4 pages report is generated for this application results. Now this is pretty much all the main features of this application. Hope you have liked the video. If you like the video, please like and subscribe my channel and visit my website. Until then, take care. Bye bye.